incredible horrors.
So many horrors.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome to our trailer reviews.
Yes.
Reactions.
React.
Because we're reacting. We have not seen these before. We're just reacting right as we see them. So that's why we miss stuff sometimes. So I'm glad that you guys go in there and criticize us about it.
Before we watch and react, why don't you comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel?
Wow.
Then a little quiet. Subscribe. Please
So
like and comment. Okay.
Please like and comment. But let's check out the trailer, the final trailer for A Quiet Place Part 2.
Okay.
It looks so clean.
Well, this is a prequel.
Oh, okay.
This is like little hints to the opening of the first
Right.
movie.
Right.
What happened? A bomb, I think. I don't know why he came all the way up here. There's nothing left.
There are people out there. People worth saving.
Most people had finally given up hope.
Only in theaters.
Looks a little bit bigger scale than the other one.
It did not
Sure,
look quiet.
And it's a
bigger
prequel,
budget.
right?
Well,
I think it's a
kind of.
flashback. It looked
Yeah,
like a
'cause-
flashback because she's alone in
Right.
a lot of it, right?
And John Krasinski's character dies obviously at the end of the first one, so obviously we have some sort of flashback or prequel, and then it jumps ahead to after the end of the first movie.
I
That's
kind of
my
wish
guess.
it was just a prequel because I'm gonna miss him being in it because
Yeah.
I really like seeing him. So even though Cillian Murphy's in it, as I say his name, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss John Krasinski in it. He was the basic main draw for me. I know he directed it,
And he
I assume
directed
this.
directed it.
Right.
Well, the
But
thing, the strange thing about this to me that I tried to look closely is the fact that when you do a film with kids, you really have to go fast because kids can totally change how they look in the course of 1 year or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you make a sequel to something, it works because they look older. But if you make a prequel, the adults are going to still look the same, but the kids are going to look like older. They're going to look like grown-ups in some cases.
Mhm.
And that's a tricky thing. And I remember the girl in this, the young girl, I think I just saw a shot of her in this and it's like, she looks older. And I wonder if they're trying to play that as her, however long ago it was when the aliens arrived.
Who knows? I mean, it's also, this movie was probably shot like 2 years ago, I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, this
Maybe
was
they already
filmed
had
out
all of her
last year.
scenes.
Yeah, they
Maybe it was
pushed it
already-
back.
Yeah,
And she
they
may
pushed
be
it
older
back.
than she looks, so she's not going to age as much. I'm not sure how old the actress is, but her name's is she Millicent Simmons?
Mm.
Maybe she looks younger than she is.
Yeah.
And they're really pushing the fact that, we're saving this for the theaters. Like, you're not going
Right.
to
Yeah.
see this on, streaming.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think, well, why? Well, I mean, we saw King Kong, we've seen, Justice League that we're streaming, and so I don't know if this is going to really. It looks good. It looks interesting. It's something I'll watch. The first movie was I liked it. I would
Yeah, I
give it
liked
like
it.
above average.
I liked it better than Bird Box, which is kind of the similar genre where
yes.
it's a sensory deprivation kind of film.
Deprivation horror film.
Yeah, but I think John
Sci-fi.
Krasinski really knows how to direct. I mean, I thought he did a pretty good job there. So
Did a great
if he's
job.
directing this one, I think it'll be good too. So
Yeah.
it's
It
something.
looks like a suspenseful alien
Yeah.
invasion type film. I love science fiction, and this is that's difficult task of doing sci-fi thriller type stuff. Because you have to have a believable situation first
Right.
of all, or a plausible or at least buyable, situation. When aliens come, if they're silly or dumb, you don't buy the whole story, just falls apart. But this one has the aliens in this are unusual in that they hear very well, and they're blind,
can't
I
see.
guess,
Yeah.
and they hear you and they come get you, and
Right.
that's a scary thing. So you have to be very
Sure.
quiet. The first one
Especially
was
like
all
she
about
had a
that.
baby. I mean, how do
Yeah.
you make baby stay quiet? So they built that chest, so it was like kind of soundproof, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is sort of creepy when you think about it. Carrying a
Yeah.
baby around in a
Emily-
chest.
Emily Blunt can carry a movie. I think
She's great.
She's
Yeah.
great. So I think she could be a badass with the shotgun. It looks like she can handle it pretty well. So I
John
think that's gonna-
Krasinski's wife in real life.
Mhm. So I think people have been really waiting for this movie. I think it's going to be a huge hit because people
Yeah.
are waiting to go back to the theaters and they're looking for something like this, escapist fare. And so I'm
looks
sure
like
it's going
they
to do
upped it.
well.
They
Yeah.
upped
Yes.
the scale, it
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
a larger scale thing, and a bigger production. The first one had the feel of a Netflix movie, it had
Yes.
One location, pretty much.
Yeah, I
Correct.
mean, not to
And-
say anything, that's not a bad thing,
Oh,
but
Right.
the suspense came from the character stuff and the situations of trying to be quiet. And we got a couple of alien shots, a couple of scenes where the creatures attack and all that, a few scenes. But this one looks like it's got a lot of large scale destruction and action, and
Almost like when the beginning of War of the Worlds.
the world is being taken
Tom
over.
Cruise is running down the street, and this feels the same. It's the same sort of vibe.
It
which
feels
is
like
always
Walking
good.
Dead to me. You can't make noise in Walking Dead either because the
Right.
zombies hear you, and
Right.
it has an apocalyptic feel to it. And they're kind of walking along the same kind of these kind of desolate grasses, browned areas, and so I feel like we're going to get kind of a Walking Dead vibe from it, which is fine. But again, I wasn't a super huge fan of Quiet Place. I liked it in comparison to Bird Box, which we saw very close to each other, and we did podcasts about it.
Right.
But it looks fine. I could watch it. Yeah, if Krasinski's in it, I'll watch it. I don't think I would be as excited if it's just Emily Blunt because Krasinski's the guy for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll watch him.
He's the guy for me.
Yes, he's the reason I'll watch it. He's fun. I like seeing him in things. I like seeing him in things. But also
weirder
silly
and weirder,
movies.
Kathy.
I know. Maybe I should stop talking before I get in trouble. It's okay. My husband doesn't watch these.
Oh, okay.
But it's going to be a hit, and I'm excited to see it. And we can
Yeah.
talk about it. Maybe do a podcast or
Yeah,
a whole episode. I don't know
definitely
when it comes
will.
out.
Definitely.
Okay, the trailer looks interesting.
Yeah.
We're intrigued.
Looks good. We'll
I'll
probably
watch
watch
it.
it. I bet all three of us will watch it.
We're
I
gonna
bet we
watch
will.
it for sure. I don't know if I'll go to a theater because the ArcLight's closed.
Yeah.
Let me just talk about that again. But yeah,
It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Keep
It's
saying
gonna
it.
come back. It's gonna come back.
Quicker than
Okay.
you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
As quick as it went, it'll
All
come
right.
back fast.
So Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski, starring
Quiet
partially
Place
John
2.
Krasinski. Yeah, Quiet Place 2. Starring Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy.
Coming May 28th.
Looks pretty
to
good.
Theaters
Looks good.
near you.
Expanding the universe of Quiet Place.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right.
Great. Thanks.
Check it out.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
The Earth is invaded by indestructible moon monsters.